how I had sex with almost 100 girls. So this is the video where I will talk about my story, because this is the first time I talk in details about my story in the English speaking channel. If you're new here, my name is Luca and I'm one of the world's leading experts about approaching girls in the daytime. Since 2018 I've helped over 1200 men sleeping with new girls approached in the daytime. I started teaching it only in Italy in 2018 and then also internationally from 2022. How I had sex with almost 100 girls. It's not exactly 100, it's almost 100 girls. And before I will show you maybe some photos, because we are this niche where many people are just talking, but they're not actually showing evidence of their results. These are some photos more or less explicit, because of course I cannot post naked photos on YouTube. And these are photos from this is the house that I have here in Dubai. This is the house that I was having when I was living in Milan, Italy, and here I had sex with a lot of girls. And you can see that the background is always the same. Of course, I cannot show you like, naked girls on YouTube, but showing photos of me at home with girls, it's just a way of saying that yeah, with these girls I had sex with, but I cannot show here on YouTube naked photos. And so this is just you can see that the background is these are actually photos that are outside my place. It depends. There are many photos. This is the elevator that, in the tower that I live now. These are some girls that I had sex in 2019. Okay, and they have plenty of other photos. So it was not to brag about it. It was just to show that I'm not arrived on the scene yesterday, but I'm doing this since many years. So we can start with actually telling you about my story. So how everything started, it was basically in 2014. And I was a virgin, so we're talking about 7 or 8 years ago. So I was a virgin. I was 18 or 19 years old. I don't remember exactly. And I just finished high school in Italy. So I'm originally from Milan, Italy. So I'm Italian. And after 1 year that I finished high school, basically I realized that I never had sex with any girl. I never had also female friends, because in high school I did in high school in Italy, it's 5 years, and in those 5 years I was in a school of only guys. I was doing a sport. I was doing running for sport. And basically we were only guys. So since 13 years old until 18 years old, so I never saw a girl. Yeah, maybe in the public transport, but I pretty much never talked to any girl. I was a virgin. I was also, when I was finding myself next to a girl in some random situations, I was always turning red on the face. I was getting very embarrassed. I remember that there was also a girl that when I was going back from school to my home, and I knew already this girl since like the previous years in another school, and we were doing I don't know, one part of the journey from school to home. We were in the same bus, and every time I was seeing this girl getting on the bus, I was getting off the bus, even if it was not my stop, only because I was feeling very embarrassed, and I didn't want to talk with this girl because she knew me. I knew her, and so I didn't want to talk to her because she was hot. But I was too embarrassed to talk to her. So many times I was just getting off the bus because I was too embarrassed. So this was my situation in 2014. So for those that think, oh, I'm very shy, I'm virgin, you cannot understand. Yeah, I understand. It's you that you don't understand. People that reached success in every different area of life. I don't know. In my case, for example, with women. They, in 100% of cases, they made a journey that is 100 times more difficult than what you already passed in your life. Otherwise, you also would be at the same level. So, and it is in every area of life. So then I remember it was summer 2014, I think. Or 2013, no, 2014, I think. And I went clubbing for the first time. I went on vacation with some of my friends in Greece. I don't remember exactly. I think the city was called Retimno. I'm not sure about that. So, but it was in Greece, and that was the first time that I went clubbing. And the common belief is that if you go clubbing, you go clubbing to pick up girls. Okay, so I searched on YouTube, on Google, how to pick up girls at the club, and I found a video of one of the pickup artists that was active in many years ago, and I saw that video, but that's it. And then I went out clubbing that night, and nothing happened, and I didn't understood that there was a word behind. Okay, I just saw a video, and that's it. Let me check if everything is working. Okay. So then I went back. After that, I went back to Italy. Yeah, I went back to Italy in Milan, which was the city where I was living in. And on my birthday, which it was not before my birthday, so in November 2014, I started searching on Google. Actually, yeah, I searched on Google how to pick up girls on Facebook, because I was stupid. And when we start, we are always stupid. That we search for the easy solution, how to pick up girls without effort, the magic pickup line that will get me laid. That doesn't exist actually. So, but I started searching how to pick up girls on Facebook, and I found actually a Facebook group with other so-called pickup artists, and they were posting the so-called lay report. So they were describing all their interactions from the approach to sex with details, and sometimes also with evidence, with photos. And my first reaction was I was shocked about that. I was really engaged on reading these field reports. And I was also thinking, what the fuck, is this real? But I was not actually thinking that it was a fake. I was actually so shocked, because I thought, I was sure that that was real, and so I just I don't know, I just saw the chance of changing my life. Maybe that was the fact that engaged me a lot in reading the field reports. So then 2 months later, I was at my first seminar about, there was the dating company in Italy, the only dating company that there was in Italy in 2014. And so I went to a seminar of them. And so I started learning the first few principles. Then 7 months later, I was at my first live course. I did it mostly to push myself, because I was actually not very interested in, I was interested in the content, but for the past 7 months, I spent a lot of time to just reading content, studying courses and online courses, and just studying a lot of theory, okay, but never practicing, because I was too scared. And I was, as I told you, I was around, I think, 19 years old. So I did this boot camp, I did this live course, so call it as you want, just to push myself. And that's what happened. I did, I don't know, something like 20 approaches. I got like 2 phone numbers in those 2 days. But the most important thing was that, 1 second, I will drink. The most important thing is that I started, because in 100% of cases, the most difficult step is the first step. Okay, so in that live program, I met also another guy that he was not part of the program. He was just approaching there. I did this live course in Milan, Italy, the city where I was living in. And during that live course, another guy, just a random guy, approached us. We were a group of 8 guys plus 2 instructors. And he came to talk to us, and he said, "Are you part of some group?" I don't know. But he was not talking with me. He was talking with one of the instructors. And that's it. I never saw this guy again until 3 weeks later, where I went clubbing, and I saw this guy. I recognized this guy because he was approaching every single girl at the club, and so I remembered about him. I went to talk to him, and he added me on a WhatsApp group, and so, but not in that moment. I didn't start going out with him, because it was summer, so I went on vacation. And then when I went back from vacation, I started going out with him, and I started. I remember the first day. Let me check if everything is working. For those who are connected, you can type your questions in the chat box. Later, I will read your questions. Otherwise, if I finish the video without questions, I will just close the video. So I remember the first day that I went out with this guy for a day game session. I remember it was August 12, 2015, and I just followed him for the whole day. I did also a few approaches, because he was pushing me to do approaches in day game situations. And at a certain moment, he went for an instant date, and I followed him, and I saw him kissing the girl during the instant date. And at the end of the instant date, I asked him how tell me what's the secret, tell me how you did it. And he told me, I'm going out since 80 days straight, and I want to get to 365 days. And so my answer was, okay, I will do the same. And from August 12, 2015 until August 10, 2016, I went out for 365 days. Probably soon, I don't know when I will have time, I will make also the video report in English. There is already the one in Italian. I'm pretty famous in Italy for this thing, for having done this challenge with myself of going out for 365 days. And in that year, so from 2015 to 2016, I went out in total with 20 girls. So I had around 20 first dates. So it's actually one or two new dates every month. It's not a lot. And I remember I was starting as a virgin, and it took 4 months only to get the first date. Okay, so for the first 3-4 months, I started in August, and I got my first date in January 2016. Okay, so for 4 months, only getting rejected, because I was also approaching in the wrong way. So if you have the right information, you will not get rejected. So I already did the difficult journey without the information. If you have the right information for the beginning, it will take a few weeks, okay, for you to get laid. For me, it took more than 1 year to have my first girl, to have my first lay. So for the first 4 months, I never had a date. So I started having dates after 4 months. Then I started having 1, 2, 3 dates every month, but never having sex, because I was also living with my parents. I didn't know how to bring girls to my place. I was able, after a few months, also to kiss girls from dates. So out of these 20 dates, I think I kissed around 7 or 8 girls or something like that. I also took home, actually not at home, in my car, because I was, as I told you, I was living with my parents. So sometimes I was going to their place, so to the girl's place, and sometimes I was pulling the girl to my car. Okay, but I was stupid, so I was pulling girls to my car in the day and not in the evening. Okay, so that's why I was not having sex, and also because, but it was happening like once every 1 month, or maybe sometimes once every 2 months, that I was pulling a girl to my place, or sorry, not to my place, to my car, or to her place. Okay, after a few months, it started to be irregular, and so I was pulling 1, 2, 3 girls every month, but I was never having sex. And then after 1 year and a half or something like that, in November 2016, I had sex with my first girl. Okay, and I also had a fuck buddy relationship with this girl for 1 year. And so here we are at the end of 2016. Then in 2017, still not a lot. I had sex with around 2 or 3 girls, so still not a lot. In 2018, I remember, because I was actually pulling a lot. I was taking many girls to my place, actually, as I told you, not to my place, to their place or to my car. And I was having sex with very, very, very few girls. In 2017, I had sex with maybe 2 or 3 girls. And at the beginning of 2018, I had a consulting session with another dating coach that is not public on YouTube. He just spent his whole life to approach girls, day game, night game, online game, every day. And he's around 30 years old now, and he has a lay count of around 400 girls. And so I was in one of his groups, and so I did a consulting session with him, and he explained me in details what to do at home, which you may think that this is obvious, but it's not obvious. Okay, because you will see it when you start pulling girls to your place consistently. Okay, it's not automatic that you will have sex. Okay, you have to know how to make all the proper steps from the kiss to sex. Okay, so it's not automatic. Only people that are not getting laid, they think that it's automatic. Okay, so you will see it when you will start pulling girls to your place. And fortunately for you, this part is already explained in the video course From the Approach to the Bedroom, because I already in the past, in these years from 2015 to 2018, 19, I was getting many courses from other dating coaches around the world, and in 99% of other courses, this part of the introduction was never explained. So you're very lucky, because this part is already explained in the video course From the Approach to the Bedroom, the part about what to do at home. But this guy, he explained me in that consulting session, he explained me in details what to do at home. And so in 2018, I started getting laid around with 1 new girl every month. Okay. Meanwhile, I started also teaching in Italy, teaching to guys how to be successful with women, but not in a serious way, because I was starting to get laid at least once every month, and so I was going out also with other people, and people started asking me tell me how you do it. And there was another one of my friend that he was teaching success with women, but not in a serious way. And then he stopped, and he told me, "Oh, you should start also teaching these to guys." And I was actually, it was the same guy that he inspired me to go out for 365 days. And my answer was, this time after 3 years, was, "Really? Are you serious? Me teaching to guys how to be successful with women?" And but at the end, I asked also to other guys that they were more successful of me with girls, that they had a higher lay count of me. And they told me, "Yeah, I think you can do it." And so in 2018, I started doing it, but not in a serious way, as I told you. And then in April 2019, so we're talking about the year after. So in April 2019, I moved to live by myself, because until that moment I was still living with my parents. And in April 2019, so I was around 22 or 23 years old, I moved to live by myself in Milan, Italy, in the center of the city, because with my parents I was living outside the city. And from there, I already had skills. I now have logistics, and I was going out almost every day. So this mix made me get laid with 1 to 3 new girls every week. So, if you want to go from being shy or a virgin to having sex with new girls you've met in real life, reducing the chance of rejection to almost zero, even if you don't know what to say to her or feel anxiety at the only idea of going to talk to her, click on the link in the description below and book a free consultation.